I will be silent mostly for this playthrough until we get to some fights or some side quests or dungeons. But otherwise, this is Colonel here with a new RPG called OMORI. So, I'll get started. There we go. Oops. I already got the stuffed toy. In my first playthrough I did the same thing, doing this quest out of order. Casually within the watermelon in the corner. Kale did a good job hiding it, I suppose. I'd admit I wouldn't have thought to find it there. Oh, okay. I'll try to interact with items in this game as much as I can, but there's a lot to interact with, so I won't do it all. And many of them are just our character pointing out the obvious, but not always. Hooray. I'll take a closer look at them later. This is their photo album with a description, so I'll let's begin reading them. Oh, whoops, I should pull out the photo first. Sure, now that we're at this playground, we can interact with some of these NPCs before we head off to their house. Alright, it's my turn. Golly, this sure is starting tough. I almost forgot to show off this poster. Lucky me, I already know where everyone is. Oh, poor guy. Did this guy even try? Okay. These guys know how to have fun. Jeez. Aubrey, I ought to expect more from you at least. Oh my goodness, hero. Golly. I wonder where the last person can be. They're on this screen, but do you know where they are? Well, it turns out you can ask Mary if you want to know where they are, but I decided not to on my first run because I was so stubborn like that. And then, have you found them yet? Here they are. Incoming our first fight. Oh my god, look at this interface. It is so beautiful. Oh my god, I fell in love the moment I saw it. Now this game does have an interesting mechanic, but it would take me a little bit to explain, and the game will do it for me. So otherwise, I'm just gonna autopilot and defeat this guy. Whoop. I misclicked and went back a menu. Not that this guy is incredibly tough for our first enemy, but it's fun to just apply whatever status buffs I feel like coming up in my head. I guess he is kind of like a boss. Oh, even he's laughing. I made him sad. Even his character expression changed. So nice. Oh, oh. Our protagonist survived with 1 hit point. How unfortunate that only he managed to get experience, though. Oh, how generous he made sure to leave Basil safe while he pretty much wiped out the rest of my party and nearly my own character. Do these guys have anything to say about it? No, it seems like they have the same dialogue. But let me double check with this character at least. No, it's all the same. Alright, what do you have to say? And this is another quest icon. This right here is a very important option you have to make if you ever play this game yourself. Because if you don't do this, you'll see. You learn this skill, but otherwise these people will return to normal and then you'll miss it. Ugh, I did that, and I was so sad. Guess I ought to be buying some stuff while I'm here. Before we head down south to visit Basil's house. I can't head left or right, so I won't go there. The tutorial is beginning for the emotions, and I think it's explaining itself, but I'll talk about it a little more once this fight is over and then the game talks about it. Otherwise, a beginner enemy, defeating it in one turn. Look at how little money it gives. 3 clams? A single piece of candy costed 10. Perhaps not now, but on another episode I'll look through the faux facts all at once, because there's, so many enemies in this game. Darn. He wasn't angry, so his defense wasn't lowered, so he couldn't quite get him down at one turn. But as, I don't remember who, as someone stated, it could have hit us with a critical attack. And not that these beginner enemies are exactly strong, but it would have been a little sad to see our health down. And there it is. Yes, let's look at it right now. So it's not just that these different statuses increase or decrease their own stats, but also they deal bonus damage like Pokemon kind of. So yeah, you definitely want to use this as much as you can, but it does have some sort of downsides in terms of how you're able to use them, although they don't really matter a whole lot. Although I will say right now, for example, happiness. Let's look right at these character skills right now. I think it's now an appropriate time. OMORI, he could use the sad poem, which costs 5. He has 25 juice. Kel has 25 juice too, and he can annoy to make someone angry. And Aubrey can turn people happy, but she only has 10 juice, so she can only use it twice compared to Kel and OMORI, who can use it 5 times. So perhaps you wanted to use this rock, paper, scissors triangle in a certain way involving happiness, but you can't because Aubrey can only use it so many times, only twice. Well, that'll get resolved soon. That's not really a spoiler, so don't get mad at me. Oh. Oh. I didn't notice he said, I mean that too, in response to Aubrey saying that you're a prick on my first... No strategy required. Mashing the confirm button, even if they do have a bit more defense. They're still hardly a threat. The way it was just standing there on the flowers instead of rolling around on them like the other sprout moles. In 3 turns, we'll be moving on with the story. And taking whatever, like, 3 or 4 clams this guy has. Look, does 0 damage. How sad. Oh. Only 2 clams, that's even worse. Oh. And Hero is able to massage our characters, or the enemy. Yeah, using emotions works. You can choose either your party or theirs. It's very nice. And the best part is that it always works. Unlike every single other RPG in existence where it's like, oh, you want to poison the boss, but does it always work? Sometimes it never works. So often. It's so stupid. Able to the healing and saving station. Whenever I'm saving the game, I'm gonna pause OBS, so don't be too alarmed when it happens. I just gotta do it so you don't see any spoilers in the menu. Goodness. Well, I wonder if ye old Sprout would have been as tough as his little brothers, I guess I could call him. He's gonna just roll it. The fact that he could possibly roll over on us is a bit more threatening this time around. Oh, and in fact he did it! Damaged all our party members. He's an old geezer though, so not very much damage. We could probably outdamage him even. Oh, I guess I should explain what weapons my characters are using, because I haven't showed it off yet. I forgot to. Although our main character uses a knife. Or wait, I'll explain after this. Here's the gimmick that makes this game a bit more interesting. Alright, yeah, let me just... Now I'll begin using the emotion system. Take a look at the screen now. Those little bubbles that you see on screen, the thought bubbles. They relate to the meter below, and you allow your characters to do extra actions in a single turn when it's filled. Now our characters have been hit 4 times, and each bonus uses 3 of them. 3 out of whatever amount you have. This was a bit difficult to comprehend when I first saw it, so I can sum it up real quick. Basically, whenever they deal multi-hit moves, you should be a bit excited because that's how much more faster your meter will fill. When you do single-hit moves, you'll be sad because you'll only get 1 meter, and it's really slow. There we go, a follow-up attack. It's sometimes it's useful, and sometimes it's just extra damage is nice. Oh yeah, I should let that... Okay, hold up. I'm actually not going to use it right now. Seems like attacking this guy, even with our follow-up attacks, takes a while. His health bar is not going down so fast. But now that we have double digits in the health meter, take a look at OMORI on the bottom left with when I use his follow-up. See the options he has. Whoop, no, not that. The downward option. It's very colorful, and when we choose it, that's how we choose our large attack. Not within a menu, but within that little follow-up attack. The follow-up requires that you decide quickly when it's available. Otherwise, if you miss your prompt to choose a direction, then it just sucks to be you and you don't use it. This is my least favorite thing about this game. You can only memorize 4 skills per character, like Pokemon. It's so stupid, because one of the 4 skills is your guard option. The classic RPG thing, choosing a guard. It's just... But I'll talk about that more another time. Another time when the problem really shows itself. You'll see. Anything in this bookshelf? Oops. You have to talk to him. Alright, here's our mini game. The black highlight indicates where it's supposed to go. My first time playing, so I actually didn't know that, so I had to guess which locations they went in. I was getting worried, like, oh, I hope I don't mess this up in case something happens later in the game. Turns out I just got them all right my first time, and I was, I guess, partially out of luck, or whatever sort of subconscious thing I had. Something. Not to brag, I just thought that was kind of funny. Six letters. What should we choose? I'll let you decide in the comments. Up till now, if you like this part, do remember to leave a like, and click on subscribe and the notification bell to see how our future parts are uploaded. Otherwise, goodbye.